Mark Nation, and welcome to another rendition of Smarkin Around. I am your host, Carl Smarks, and thank you, new subscribers, and thanks to the returning subscribers for coming to our channel and checking out this episode of Bad Blood Predictions. Further ado, I'm going to introduce to you the co host with the most, the wise man, Second City Rain. What's up, Ray?
Good evening, Carl. Good evening, Joe. We're not quite live, but we're ready for prime time and ready to talk some wrestling.
Oh yeah, and we got the returning man. He is Triple J, Joe.
Up. Good to be back. Let's
Welcome
smart.
back.
Let's spark it around. Well, Joe, you've been gone for a while, but we'll start off with some new changes that have been going around in WWE before we jump into the predictions. But before all that, just remember, guys, click that like button, follow us on X, subscribe to our channel if you want some more engaging content from Smark Nation and Smarking Around. We do daily uploads for YouTube Shorts and all the content you need for wrestling. So please follow us, subscribe, and us at any time. So let's start off with some new stuff that's going around, guys. We have a new IC champion. Yeet. What do you guys think, Ray? How Yeet?
Yay, I am very happy that Jey Uso is the new Intercontinental Champion. It was a very good decision. I'm just very surprised that we got that outcome that many people wanted. I just didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but hey, I'm all for it. So congrats to the new Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso. Yeet.
Triple
Ye-
J, what's your take, buddy?
I think it was well deserved. I think it's about time that Jay gets a single title. He definitely deserves it. He earned it. But again, I'm going to go back to my old point. He's a twin to another twin, and I think they were way better as a tag team. I want to see Jimmy come back. Come back, Jimmy.
Come back, Jimmy. Before we jump into these predictions, again, we got a banger of an episode for SmackDown. If you guys watch our content, make sure you follow that short that we made about SmackDown upcoming. We have a banger of an episode. We have AJ Styles returning. We have a dumpster's first ever women's dumpster match and a triple threat tag team ladder match for the tag team championships. Ray, what are your takes?
Oh man, this is gonna be sounds like it's gonna be a very exciting episode tomorrow night on SmackDown. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen for the dumpster match. I'd give it to Chelsea Green, but prediction wise, I think they're gonna give it to Michin or Mia Yim, if you will.
Now,
Triple
does a
threat ladder match, tag team titles. I think the Bloodline retains. I'm
Go
sorry, the
ahead,
Gorillas
Joe.
of Destiny.
Gorillas of Destiny. There you go. Go ahead,
does
Joe.
does a dumpster match work like a coffin match? Whoever gets dumped in a dumpster first loses?
I
You know,
believe so. That is how it was done in the Attitude Era.
I think
Okay.
that is, but the only dumpster match I remember fondly is New Age Outlaws putting Cactus Jack in the dumpster
Oh
and
yeah.
And Terry
rolling him
Funk.
off the stage. I think Cactus Jack and
Oh,
maybe Terry Funk.
that it was back in the I believe 1998 to prepare for their WWF Tag Team Title dumpster match for WrestleMania 14 at the Fleet Center in Boston.
Yes, that's exactly correct, wise man Ray. Thank you so much, buddy. I really love having you around, and I love having your insights and your knowledge on every single date that you could ever think of, man. It's amazing how you have how do you just retain all this knowledge?
Growing up in the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression era, I've had a lot of free time on my hands. Basically, what I can say is wrestling was my best friend. Then, now, forever. And for those of you who are listening, yes, we do our homework. We've been doing our homework since since we were kids, since we were teenagers, and we continue to do it to this very day.
Oh, yeah. You have a great memory retention. Kind of like reminds me of Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan is, he retains everything. The really famous podcaster Joe Rogan, the a commentator for UFC, former Fear
Oh yeah,
Factor uh, host, right? He
I
has a
remember
great
Fear Factor.
retention memory. I think that's something special that you have too, Ray. But without further ado, let's jump in, boys. Let's jump into our bad blood predictions for
Oh yeah.
2024. Here we go. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into our Bad Blood 2024 prediction. First match we have showing on the screen is Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, that's the title match.
The title is on the line, and also we have Dominic Mysterio hanging in a shark cage. So,
Oh no.
I mean, it's a gimmick match, right? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Liv retains on this one. So give me Liv, and she keeps the women's world championship. Ray, what are your thoughts?
I believe Liv Morgan takes the win here. I'm not ready for her reign to be over. I feel like there's more to do. And with Dominic Mysterio being hanged, I believe Liv or the Judgment Day may have something else up their sleeve to make sure that Liv Morgan walks out of Atlanta still the women's world heavyweight champion. I mean, it has been done before with when Kevin Owens successfully defended the Universal title at the 2017 Royal Rumble pay-per-view against Roman Reigns with Chris Jericho, the learning tree hanging up above a shark cage.
I do recall that vaguely. Was that an episode? So yeah, I do recall that vaguely. Joe, what is your prediction for this match?
I see Liv retaining. However, I think Rhea Ripley is headed towards legendary status. She's going to have several more title reigns, I think. Especially now, well, I don't know when Charlotte is coming back. I see her as almost a legendary status as Charlotte. Liv now retains after Bad Blood, but again, I think Rhea Ripley is going to get more title shots in the future. So I'm going with Liv. I like Liv. Long live.
Long live.
Long
So
live.
it's a
So
clean
we are
sweep
all in
for us.
agreement.
We are all in agreement. Liv Morgan retains, and this feud just keeps going on. Uh, it's
A
not
little
getting
while
stale
longer.
at all. A little bit longer.
Rhea Ripley heading towards legendary status. She is very well on her way, and I do see her getting more title runs under her belt, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But I think also that Liv Morgan has progressed so much as an in-ring performer, and
Sure.
even on her promos and on her segments that she's been doing, the timing has been great. The matches have been really, really Liv, and I think this storyline is making her one of the best women's champions in recent memories.
Yeah.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%. I love this opportunity for Liv. I love where how far she's come in her career. You can tell that she's been working very hard, honing her craft, and making a name for herself, being the breakout star of the Riot Squad. I'm sure Ruby Soho and Sarah Logan, now known as Valhalla, are very proud of their little Riot sister. And she pretty much earned her flowers here. She earned her spot. She's improved so much in the ring, on the mic, character work, character development, if you will. Doing great. The sky's the limit for Liv Morgan. Watch her.
Watch her. Yes. Next match we have Finn Balor versus Priest. So for this one, I'm gonna go with I believe that the Judgment Day angle it's not over with either of them, with Damian or Rhea. So I'm gonna have Finn Balor go over on this one. Ray, what are your thoughts?
I believe Finn Balor is going to go over. I think he should take this one. Priest he'll be fine. If anything, Balor needs to win more despite being the heel.
Triple J.
I think Finn Balor's going to take this. It's just too much numbers. The numbers are stacked against Damian Priest. You got JD McDonough. You got Carlito. You got, I don't know where Dom's going to fit in, but it's just, they're just going to get involved and throw the match. It's going to
Watch
be
them,
Finn Balor.
watch them leave Dom hanging up in the shark cage all night on paper. That would be hilarious.
That would be hysterical. That would be a sight to see. But again, even without Dominic, the numbers are just too great against Damian.
So the numbers game is going to play a factor in this match, obviously.
Yeah,
And
unless they make some kind of decree that everyone's banned from ringside, Judgment Day is just going to get involved.
and this feud just keeps cooking, and we see where it goes in the next PLE Crown Jewel. Next match on the card, we have Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. For this one, there's a lot of variables for this one. I see a lot of dynamics at play. There's Tiffany with her Money in the Bank briefcase. There's Naomi coming back into the fold when she lost the number one contenders match versus Bayley. So I think there's a lot of dynamics, but I'm gonna take Nia Jax to retain this championship. Ray, what are your thoughts?
I am 100% sure that Nia Jax will retain her here because it's a little too early for her to drop the title. A few years ago, I would have said, let's get the title off her now, but things change as time goes. I just think it's a little silly that Bailey literally had to fight for a number one contender spot just to get her rematch. I guess that
Yes,
rematch clause in the contract is out the window now in the
I
Triple
guess
H era.
so. I guess so too. No rematch clause for Triple H. He got
Yeah, we haven't heard about too much rematch clauses in recent time.
not either brand, any brand actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
right.
Hope
So
Nia Jax takes this
Triple
one.
J, what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you have predicting to be the winner?
I see Nia Jax retaining. However, there's been bad blood brewing last couple of weeks between Nia and Tiffany. So I smell a cash in. Let's go. Let's cash it in. Let's see the money. Let's go, Tiffany.
Atlanta cash in.
So there are
Atlanta.
dynamics in this match that we see. Maybe a cash in, maybe Naomi getting involved. Uh, in any regards, though, we all have another clean sweep of Nia Jax.
I see again. I smell that cash in. I think it's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time.
Tiffy time, I guess. I guess it is time for Tiffany to cash that Money in the Bank briefcase. Next match on the card, we have the fourth match: CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in the Hell in the Cell. The marquee match, I would say, the main event. If it's got to be, I believe, right? This is the main event. This feud has been
Should
going
be.
on since pre WrestleMania. When he was injured, he couldn't wrestle. This feud has been building up to this match. This is the payoff match that everybody wants to see in a Hell in a Cell. Saying that, I think my prediction for this match is Drew McIntyre going over. And let me tell you why. The reason I think Drew McIntyre is going to go over on CM Punk in this PLE, in this Hell in a Cell match, is because I think CM Punk is being groomed to win the Royal Rumble, if not Roman Reigns. So losing this match will not negate any momentum he's going to be having. And they could finally put this blood feud to rest after this match. Ray, what's your thoughts?
CM Punk is my favorite wrestler. He's my role model. He's one of my goats. But I'm gonna have to go with Drew McIntyre in this one. I think he should get the win. Although both men are tied one match apiece, the series, the rivalry will end right here this Saturday. and it should end with Drew emerging victorious. Punk will be fine. I believe he's 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, so he'll most likely go 2-3. And like you said earlier, they should just give Punk the Royal Rumble. If not, if they unless they don't give it to Roman Reigns or John Cena.
Joe, what are your thoughts?
I think this one's going to be probably the most brutal match of the night. This is going to be a violent, bloody match, which I'm hoping it will be, because this angle has been cooking for so long, and I think we deserve such a match. I think again they've had such bad blood, so to speak, for the longest time, and this is going to be a sight to behold. I think, but in terms of the winner, I think Drew's gonna take it. And as far as CM Punk goes, I see him taking on maybe a lesser role, maybe not making so many appearances after this brutal match. And I think he's going to make different enemies and again, maybe take on a lesser role, perhaps leading up to the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is going to be interesting, but I see CM Punk a little bit more behind the scenes after this brutal, bloody match. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see this one. If this is going to be the main event, let's go. I got Drew.
That's a really good take. What information are you getting, or what's drawing you to make this conclusion that he's going to take a more backstage role?
Well, number one, he was heavily involved in the most recent NXT as the guest referee for the NXT title match. He now made enemies with Ethan Page. So will he maybe appear again on NXT? Is NXT going to stay on the road? And is CM Punk perhaps going to take a bigger role in NXT? That's where I see it. I don't see him making weekly appearances on either brands, perhaps NXT. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Um, he's going to make new enemies, and he already has with Ethan Page. So that's that.
Great take, Joe. Great take.
Thanks.
So
All
to
right.
start off on this Sunday, this Saturday, as it was announced that the Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk will in fact be opening Bad Blood. A lot of people are questioning the decision. Many people think it should main event, but many people believe there's a reason why the tag team match is main eventing, which we will get to at the end of this.
Correct. And the next match, like you called, is the tag team match. So this
There
is
we go.
Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, two bitter rivals, versus their common enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
This is the classic story of enemy versus my enemy is my friend. So this is Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. At this point, I think this tribal chief angle needs to maybe be done right here. Somehow Roman needs to take that title away from Solo Sikoa, and maybe they fall in line somehow, some way. But if not, they're gonna keep building this angle, which is one of the hottest angles in professional wrestling today. Behind the Rhea and Liv angle, maybe, and some other angles going on, but this is probably one of the hottest and most intriguing angles that we have in professional wrestling today. For this one, let's go with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and just somehow, some way, this angle stops here. I'm gonna go with because Cody. Well, I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I can't really tell, but if I'm gonna go with somebody, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, just for the simple fact that Roman can't get pinned here. I think that'll be just detrimental to his OTC, original tribal chief, his momentum going in. So if anybody's gonna get pinned, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes, which I don't think is gonna happen. So that's kind of why I'm going with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to win this match. How about you, Ray?
Well, earlier I was predicting Roman and Cody going over, being as they are basically now the mega powers, if you will, of today. never before, never again for one night only, or so we think. Cody could very well take the pin here, especially with the title not being on the line. So this him taking the loss will not hurt him. However, as what I was gonna say a couple minutes ago, is I believe there is a very good reason why this match is main eventing, and the reason being is there is heavy speculation that has made the rounds that we get the return of the final boss. And so I believe the best way to bring him back at the end of the night, if it were to happen, were to have Solo and Jacob Fatu getting the win, thus making the final boss happy, and revealing himself as the one pulling the strings behind Roman's back.
That is some great cinema, Joe. What's your thoughts on this?
I never would have thought that the final boss would have anything to do with this. But as far as the match goes, I'm pretty on the fence as well. But let's go back and revisit history here. I'm going to go ahead and name two guys from the past who have stabbed Cody in the back. Number one, Brock Lesnar. Number two, Seth Rollins. And just recently, with the promos cut between the two of them, the bitter longtime rivals, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. I see a little bit of a screw job here. Just the other week, Roman gave Cody his word that he has his back. Sure. During the match, fine. Be that as it may, he has his back during the match. But Roman has been alluding to that title belt. That's mine. And me, I believe it's still Roman's. And he's coming back for it. He's going to not screw Cody, but he's just going to he's going to revert back to being the arch nemesis of Cody. Somehow, they're going to rebuild that rivalry. Perhaps give the title back to Roman, and then this new superpower of the new bloodline, it's going to be the new blood. And I'm all for it. I can't wait till the tribal chief, the OTC, retakes his throne. Let's go, Roman. Acknowledged.
That is a dynamic situation right there. And that is the hot take of the day. Joe, you got the hot take of the day. Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, again, as far as the match goes, perhaps Cody and Roman get the pinfall, but Roman is going to take back what's rightfully his.
So we're in agreement that, well, no, we're not in agreement because Joe say that the bloodline is going over. I'm saying, me and Ray are saying that Cody and Roman Reigns are going to win this match.
I'm going to, okay, if I were to pick a side, if I were to choose a winner right now, I'm going to go Cody and Roman. But again,
Yeah.
let's go back. You can run down the line of how many people have just turned their back on Cody, and this is going to be no different. These two never liked each other. They've had such a huge past, and I think Roman's going to take back what's his.
I'm gonna change my mind here. I'm gonna go with Jacob and Solo.
Okay, so we're kind of limbo on who's going to win. So
Yeah, I'm on the fence.
I guess we'll leave it here. And thank you everybody for joining us for Smarking Around. And thank you, Smark Nation. Like, subscribe, and give us your feedback. What do you like about the episode? What could we've done better? Do you want to see John Boy back? I hope you guys have a great night and take care of yourselves.
Good
Have a
night.
good evening, everyone. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Bad Blood, and we will see you here next week.